Hi guys, welcome to my kitchen, which seems like, you know, an unusual place to be for a reading vlog, but this has been inspired on the fly. So you just saw a clip. I was watching Abby's take on the Murder, She Wrote Readathon reading vlog. Heather from the Disney Housewife did one, and Abby's from the Disney Sisters. So I said, guys, it's my turn. It's my turn. Now, the way I'm going to twist this around, because I have, you know, a full workload today, full workload tomorrow, but if I get my work done today, that means I can start vlogging for the reading vlog. So now, you know, I love a reward system. I love an incentive. So I've got the coffee brewing, as you can hear this entire time. I'm gonna open up the blinds, feed the birds, start working, and then hopefully start vlogging so I can tell you about the books I am reading. Oh, the final drops of the coffee, always the loudest. So I can tell you what I am reading for this reading vlog and how I'm enjoying it. I've got two books right now that I'm reading that are super good. One I already finished, so cheers. Morning! Look who came out to feed the birds with me. Hello! You ready for the start of the day? Oh, I didn't mean to hit record, but I did. So we're gonna run with it. Okay, I'm gonna crouch down. I'll crouch down with you here. I have not finished work yet, but I thought I would take a little break to tell you about the books that I am reading. So when I can start to read, I'll just start reading, and we won't have to worry about, you know, filling it in, because I'd have already done it. So the book I am reading right now, one of them, is called Murder on B Deck, a Walter Ghost mystery by Vincent Starrett. And I have really been getting into these like ocean liner and cruise liner mysteries. I didn't know there was like a whole like bunch of them, but there is. So I love it. I love it. So it's about this, he's this author, he's a mystery author, and he finds himself accidentally getting aboard this ocean liner. I forget where they're going. They're going to Europe. It's a transatlantic cruiser, and he's trying to give something to his sister. That's how he gets caught on, and of course there ends up being a murder, and it's the author's friend, Walter Ghost, who is a scientist, an explorer, a former intelligence officer, and he's the one that they've kind of put in charge of this mystery. So it's very Jessica Fletcher, Murder, She Wrote, where somebody who is not qualified to solve a mystery does. And that's what I love about these kind of 1920s ensemble mysteries, is that like there is no legitimacy behind who is put in charge to solve these mysteries and murders. So I'm enjoying it so far. These books that, you know, are set back, they are a little slower than when I read kind of more modern mysteries, but I still like them. I really like the ambiance of them, and that's what makes it worth it for me, even though it takes a little more effort for me to get as invested as I'm reading it. Let me head over to our Murder, She Wrote reading prompts so I can let you know which one this qualifies for. This book is fulfilling the victim prompt for me, which is read a book set near water. How about surrounded by it? So this book is Surrounded by Water, Murder in B Deck. The next book I'm reading is a totally different type. I'm in the middle of it, about 20% through. It's called Vengeance Road by Erin Bauman. It's more of a young adult Western. I love Westerns, guys. I'm really into that whole scene. So this is about a girl named Kate, and her father is killed by this notorious like bad group. They're called the Rose Riders, and she doesn't know why. All she knows, because it's just her and her dad always told her that like if anything happens to him, she needs to go visit this person. She needs to go visit this person. It's been drilled into her head. So when she gets there, she finds out this man who she's supposed to visit has died, but he drilled in his son's head. Sorry, live on a busy road. Wait for that truck. She's drilled in her son. He drilled in his son's head and his daughter that the son of this friend of his, Henry, may show up. Or I said son, and that is because Kate is hiding undercover as a male in order to go against this gang and to get some answers and justice. So as she's working, and these two sons of the guy who she had to go to are helping with her, and when she gets to his house, she finds this secret note of her father's that leads her to believe that the Rose Riders are after him for a journal of his that led to a treasure map. And this is kind of like digging for gold and that sort of thing. There's more details, I don't want to spoil them, as to how he came upon the gold and where it is, but she believes that that information was hidden in a journal that the Rose Riders stole, and that was why they killed her father. So now she's trying to get to them, to get revenge, and the two boys are following her. She's undercover as a boy. I think she's going to get feelings for one of the boys. It has a really fun Western aesthetic and is a lot of fun. So let's see which prompt this one is going to fit for. Ooh, okay, perfect. The suspect, undercover spy. Read a book with a hidden identity. So Kate is going undercover as Nate, and that is her hidden identity. So we have the victim and the suspect. So after I finish these two books, I did read one called The Groom that will fit into one of these. Oh, that's the Sidekick, Grady. And that is Read a Romance book. So I have everything but the setting. So far I have Grady, who, there's a Grady is the sidekick. The victim is a wealthy businessman with a Grady family. And the person we are suspecting is an undercover spy. But where is this happening? So that's what we'll get more into as I get more into this vlog. But for now, I've got to get back to work. No more breaks. I got to work for about another hour and a half. Shouldn't be too bad. And hopefully then I'll get to some more reading and let you know what I think of these books. Hello guys, this is another update where I've done this in the past where, you know, I let my husband shop and I just hang out in the car, get my editing done, get some vlogging done, you know, and do what I gotta do. But I want to update you guys because I finished one of the books. It was my victim prompt. I finished Murder on B-Deck and I enjoyed it. I would say of the older time books of mysteries like Agatha Christie, we read Murder on the Lusitania, and we read this. This was my least favorite of the three, but I still really enjoyed it and would recommend it if you like those other types of books too. I would say it was most reminiscent of, you know, Murder on the Orient Express if you liked this. But for me, I felt it wasn't as suspenseful because I didn't feel there was as good of a job of getting you interested in all the suspects the way Agatha Christie is just so good at. So, you know, you can't compare everybody to Agatha Christie, can you? That just would not be fair. So I'm still continuing with Vengeance Road. I'm really loving it. It's really about, you know, fun elements of the gold rush and digging for gold and what happens when you find that gold, and just so much Western fun. If you like Westerns, you have to check that out. But I do have another book on that I got on hold from the library, so I started reading it last night. So I want to tell you about it. It's Under the Whispering Door by T.J. Klune. What I've learned about it so far, I'm only 2 chapters in, so I'm not going to give you the official description, but there's this horrible man, Wallace, who, you know, the opening chapter just establishes that he is just, you know, your stereotypical crude businessman. I picture him looking like Vince McMahon. And Wallace, I've lost my light. Was it gone the whole time? I don't think so. I think it just suddenly got worse, but we're almost through. Wallace dies right in the beginning, and he's able to witness his afterlife and death, see how people are responding to his death. But it's not one of those books to my knowledge, because then he meets a Reaper who is going to take him to the next phase, and I don't know what that next phase is yet. He doesn't know, so that's what we're waiting for to see. And so far I'm really enjoying that too. I was kind of like, man, what do I want to keep reading more, Vengeance Road or this? But I just wanted to get this started because it's alone, so I like to have them started, you know. So that's how we're doing on the vlog. It's a Sunday fun day. Keep you posted. Hello. So, gosh, what day is it now? I updated you on the weekend. It's now Thursday. I am sick. You know, this has been like an ongoing unfortunate theme for the start of my 2022. You know, I feel like February was good, and then the other 2 months, I don't know. We could theorize on it, but let's just not. I want to show you this mug I got before I do anything. My brother got me this Grease 2 mug because it is one of my favorite movies, and I guess part of our courting process in this family is seeing what our dates think of Grease 2. So my husband had the record, his girlfriend likes Grease 2, and it looks like this was made by Wild Tiger Pins. He got it on Etsy. So yeah, if you like Grease 2, you can come into the family. That's an official courtship process. So I'm almost done with Vengeance Road. Still really liking it. That is the one that is about the girl and the gold mining and frontier, and it's really progressing. They did discover that she is not a boy. And the other book, Under the Whispering Door by T.J. Klune, I'm actually not loving, but I'm only about 30% through that one. So I'll keep keeping you posted. I'll keep keeping you posted because I'd like to finish at least one of those before I close out this vlog. So I'm gonna do today, I'm waiting for some prescriptions to come in, and I'm gonna do a little bit of work I have to get done, and then I'm gonna take those meds and take a nap and read those books. Keep you posted. I'm back. It's a slow start to this day. This day is Tuesday, so this is like over a week long thing, but you know, I have some book updates for you, and I just got notification that a package was delivered, so I want to go. I think I'm gonna have to go downstairs for it, so I'm gonna get some shoes on and check it out. The hard part is always finding the shoes. Sometimes I put them away, sometimes I don't. I wish I had like lobby acceptable slippers. It wasn't there, so I don't know what that's about. A little disappointed because I was clearing emails, and it was like, somebody sent you this, and I was like, oh, it's probably just like a digital, sorry, subscription service, because it was a work related thing. But then it said it was a treats monthly subscription, and it was delivered to the mailroom at 12:12 today. It's now 1:26, and it is not there. But I also, it could be in the mailbox. My key does not work, so I have to wait for my husband for that. But now we're gonna sanitize because we were just touching everything in the mailroom, and we're gonna chat a bit because the goal today is, you know, to wrap up this reading vlog, tell you about what I read for this Murder, She Wrote readathon, right? Because I've been filling you in on that, and then to, you know, to do my work, because that is what one should do, especially when you're behind on work, as I am. So let's continue. I finished the book. I finished the last book for this readathon and for my reading prompts, and that last book was Under the Whispering Door by T.J. Klune. This was my first T.J. Klune book, and I was mostly intrigued to start reading him because of the house and the Cerulean Sea and all the good thoughts and all the good just feedback I heard regarding that. And this, so I didn't even really like read the synopsis or anything. I just saw that it was a new book from him, and I believe it's a him, I could be wrong, and wanted to try it out, so I did. This book deals a lot with the concept of death. It is essentially, sorry, I'm reckless, hitting buttons, trying to multitask at all times, which I need to stop doing, even when I'm filming. It's horrible. Is anyone else like that in their mind, where you're always trying to be like, well, I do this, I can do this, and then I'll get this done, and do that? I'm out of control. So really, it's about, you know, what happens when you die, which at first, I'll be honest, like, I don't love this interpretation of it. And then really it becomes a story of what would happen if a ghost and someone and a person fell in love. So that's what this story is about. If I only read this book by the author, which is what I already said, which is true, I would not seek out more, but I still want to read House on the Cerulean Sea. It is whimsical. There are, it does discuss death, suicide, and concepts like that. So you do want to, and grieving, not only the death from the perspective of losing your life, but death from the perspective of losing someone you love, losing a child, losing a parent, losing a spouse, etc. So those definitely come up in this book, but it is, a whimsical take on, what could happen in the afterlife and what the afterlife might be like. So if that's something you want to explore, then this is a book for you. But it is March 29th today when I'm filming this. So I at least have gotten my 4 books done for the reading prompts. Okay, so I already said in this video which was which, but now I have to go back and remember them. So we know for our stories, let me just pause. So I have all the stats to go over what my Murder, She Wrote episode is. Are you ready? Okay, so the setting. Now I may have changed this a little bit from what I originally came up with, but this is what we're going with now. This setting, read a book set in a small town, Cabot Cove. So our Murder, She Wrote episode is taking place in Cabot Cove, and the book that is for a small town is going to be Under the Whispering Door, because where you go in the afterlife is actually this small town and little tea shop. So that's super cute. The next part of our episode is the Sidekick, and for that we have Grady read a romance book, and for that book we read The Groom, which was about 2 reality show contestants who were on a bachelor type show called The Groom, and them being in an Amazing Race type episode together after. So we are at Cabot Cove with Grady. Next is The Victim, and for that we have a wealthy businessman with a greedy family read a book set near water. We read Murder on B Deck, which was a big ensemble mystery set on an ocean liner. So we're in Cabot Cove with Grady and a wealthy businessman with a greedy family has been murdered. And last up, who is the suspect? And ours is an undercover spy. Read a book with a hidden identity, and that book was Vengeance Road, which of the 4 of these books, that was definitely my favorite, and I'm already looking for more by the author. There is one other that seems to have a Western theme, so I'm excited for that. So our episode takes place on Cabot Cove, where Grady assists Jessica Fletcher to help a wealthy businessman with a greedy family, and there is an undercover spy who is behind it all. So that was fun. We came up with our own little book while doing this reading vlog. And look who decided to join us. Oh my darling, that's his bench where he sits, where I work. And it suits us. You know what I heard in a cat group today, which I had never heard of before? People save their cat's whiskers. Buster's never really fell out for me to even consider this, but has anyone heard of this before? And different people had jars for the whiskers and stuff. So this was all new to me, but yeah, so, oh, Somebody has a Murder, She Wrote book collection. I gotta check that out. Okay, so now it's time to get back to work. I've got my episode done. This was such a fun readathon. Please let me know what your episode turned out to be, or if you posted a video about it, please link it in the comments so I can check it out. I really enjoyed this readathon, and I think I would use these prompts again to kind of just come up with fun episodes, especially the way they worked and were flexible. It was easy to kind of pick what I had available and fit it in, which is always nice, always. Oh my God, Buster's looking at his reflection. I better go. I'm all over the place. Thanks for being here. This is Nina at Wrestling with Books. You can also check out my primary channel, Wrestling with Disney, and I will see you on the next one.